Om Bhurбhuvah-svah Tatsavitur-varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo nah prachodayantam. Sairam, everyone. So let's speak again about philosophy and teaching of our beloved Swami Sri Satya Sai. As usually, I keep in my hands divine discourses of our Swami. And actually some viewers ask me the question, which is why I pay attention to the philosophy of Satya Sai Baba, why not to speak about more miracles, my personal memories, etc. Actually, yes, that's true. Back in the 90s, I was a translator for Satya Sai during interviews for the Russian-speaking people. And of course, I have so many wonderful stories, and some of my videos actually about stories and miracles. But I think that it's very important to pay attention, to concentrate our mind and especially heart to the philosophy of our beloved Swami, because it's not only important to worship photo or statue of Shirdi Sai Baba and Satya Sai Baba, but important to study his philosophy and of course apply this teaching to the daily life. Because if we just let's say practice mantras and worship rituals and not follow the philosophy, then it's meaningless absolutely. That's the reason why some of my videos are just invitation to think, to contemplate philosophy. And of course, quite often I take just a few quotes from different divine discourses and just say a few commands, if you wish. But that's more invitation for you to read, to study, to contemplate, and of course to apply. In one of that's actually divine discourses, and the topic is external purity and inner purity. Well, let's enjoy a couple of quotes. What is external purity? That's a question from our beloved Swami, and then he tells, it means keeping the body in a clean and tidy condition and wearing clean dress, etc. Then another quote, our body must be kept clean always. Let me see, every day, that's just another quote. Morning, when you get up from your bed, you must brush your teeth, you must also clean your tongue, and another quote, that you have to take bath twice a day. That's interesting that our Swami paying attention actually and point to the importance of external purity. To say, in a sense, it's sound quite strange that the Divine Master, whom we know as Sri Satya Sai Baba, telling us to take bath twice a day, to be to use clean dress, etc. So it's a kind of childish advice, but it's not childish, because external purity is very important. Because how can we expect that people can come to the more inner purity without taking care and managing, clean house, clean food, all that kind of things. And actually, for me, as a meditation practitioner and Kriya Yoga master, it's very interesting and important that our beloved Swami not denying this physical existence. I remember that a few times when I was enjoying personal conversation with him in the interview room, he told us that even this social life is divine. Can you imagine? Even this society, human society, is also divine. Because our society, our social life, Swami told us, really all that is stage for our spiritual evolution, or space, if you wish, for our spiritual evolution. That's reason why whatever we do, act, behave in this society is important part of our spiritual evolution as well. So actually quite many Hindu, Buddhist and Christian spiritual teachers, they actually deny this physical and especially social reality. But our beloved Swami just pointing to the important thing, like to take care, we have to take care and properly use everything, including our physical body. And then, of course, his messages about inner purity. And just a few quotes. We should never entertain a feeling of jealousy and hatred. Okay, that's interesting because, actually, end of the quote, of course, and that's interesting that when Swami tells us about inner purity, he is mentioning not just that we have to be able to contemplate divine consciousness in our heart, but no jealousy and no hatred. Okay, what does it mean, jealousy and hatred? Naturally, when we express bad thoughts and sometimes even can do something wrong to other human beings. So it means spirituality is not, according to Swami's teaching, is not when you just close your eyes and meditate peacefully and then, who knows, maybe after meditation you can go and do different bad things, let's say, harm people, feeling of jealousy, etc. But it's important it's important quality of the really spiritual person to feel compassion and love towards other human beings. One more quote. We must always think and see the good in others. Well, that's very important. Of course, that's not so easy as we can imagine, because sometimes people around us can be kind and sometimes brutal, sometimes unjust, etc. And the very foundation of this approach is meditation. When you practice meditation properly and you are able to experience the divine consciousness in your heart, but also in the heart of all human beings around, then you can really live accordingly to this statement given by our beloved Swami, that we must always think and see the good in others. How can we see good in others or other people when sometimes they misbehave? It's a very high level of spirituality, and it's sound easy, but to apply this to the everyday reality is not easy at all. But please meditate, please read, study Swami's teaching, his divine discourses, and then just step by step try to apply his philosophy just on daily basis. Sairam, see you next time.
Om Bhurбhuvassuham Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayantam